at 135 pounds. His opponent tonight would be Randall Williams, who has a 2-0 record, 2-1 record, standing at 5'7". There is not a significant height advantage for either gentleman. Josh Stanley comes in with a more experienced record than Randall Williams, so this could play a part as far as experience and know-how. Mr. Stanley training with Chris Clodfelter. As Randall Williams makes his way out. Once again, Randall Williams coming in with a 2-1 record. Mr. Stanley comes from a Muay Thai school, so it'd be interesting to see if he really uses his stand-up, his reach, and his kicks to assert his dominance over Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams coming from Team Rock. Team Rock is a very, very talented school, really puts the cardio factor. Now, Team Rock really pushes their pace for their fighters. Cardio is the utmost importance for their squad. They also have a great jiu-jitsu program. So it should be interesting to see that if Mr. Williams comes straight out and tries to take the takedown, Mr. Stanley needs to really set back and use his reach, use his jab and his kicks to keep Williams off of him, keep his fight on his feet.
I don't know about you, but the last time I saw Williams fight, he straight for the takedown. Took him down, pounded him out.
This will be an interesting fight. Ground fighting against stand-up. All right, we're preparing now for another exciting fight tonight. Once again, Mr. Joshua Stanley against Randall Williams. Get this fight underway. Both men comes out, touch gloves.
Stanley comes out in a southpaw stance.
Mr. Williams really needs to step to the outside instead of circling the other way with that power hand.
Stanley's trying to work the jab early.
Good 1-2. Good leg kick.
Great leg kick. Oh, he's trying to stay off the fence so he doesn't get taken down here.
Mr. Williams going in for the double leg.
Oh, nice reversal.
Stanley doing a good job keeping Williams off of him. Williams really needs to keep the hands in front of his face. This is not a good position every time he gets popped. He'll throw his hands out to the side. If Williams, if Williams would follow that through, it could be a bad day for Stanley.
Stanley's keeping him a little low here. He's really working that jab and the leg kick.
Another good leg kick.
Oh, I don't know about doing that.
Oh, a good inside leg kick. Good inside leg. Those really.
These leg kicks are going to pay dividends later in the fight.
I am not really understanding the style by Williams. Every time he gets hit, his arms are getting opened up.
I don't know if that's trying to get to his head or he's really going in for this takedown here.
So Williams really needs to scoop out of the leg.
Real good scramble going on here. He does not want to go to the ground.
Stanley doing a great job of keeping keeping Williams off of him.
Actually gets Williams on his back.
This could be a good place for Williams to start working his ground game. The armbar attempt. Williams really needs to get his hips out to open up his legs for the armbar. It appears that Williams is bleeding to the inside of his right eye and from his right ear.
Don't see that a lot.
Williams playing a open guard. This open guard really allows you for a triangle. Doing a good job of standing back up.
Stanley doesn't want any of that.
Appears that Stanley is. This could be a bad position for Stanley. Williams needs to step over his knees for a full mount. Possible.
Oh.
Good first round. Mr. Williams done an excellent job of keeping Josh Stanley off of him, avoiding the takedowns.
A lot of good back and forth action there. Yeah, just wasn't allowed to do it.
So when are you looking to step back into the cage?
Oh, I'm hoping to get back in there at 145, maybe get a crack at some of these guys.
All right, as we get ready to prepare for round 2. This is Joshua Stanley versus Randall Williams.
Let's see if Stanley tries to keep on that jab and then leg kick.
Randall Williams keeps trying to trick that leg kick. But he really needs to be careful. He's dropping his hands. Oh!
He's a little bit hurt there.
Huge shot by Stanley.
He's got it down. He's trying to finish.
Williams getting here. This is a bad position for Williams.
Defending. Oh, and
Stanley is getting pummeled. He is about to get stopped.
Oh, he's cut him open.
Stanley is busted up.
Got a cross choke going on.
He really needs to be careful not to let this blood start flowing into his eye.
Oh, he is bleeding pretty bad there. He's holding on. He's not one to lose this fight. That's for sure.
Yeah, Mr. Stanley definitely needs to get postured up and continue to keep pounding on Mr. Williams. Williams is showing a lot of heart with an attempted armbar.
Yeah, he needs to try and posture up right here while he's still got him a little bit dazed, and he might still have a chance at ending the fight.
Yes. Mr. Williams, Mr. Stanley is getting turned over into the cage, getting pressed up, so he does get a little more posture.
Nice little mouse with a cut on it right now. Luckily, it's under the eye, so if he can get it standing back up, they might not stop the fight.
And once again, if the blood starts flowing into the eye, the ref will stop the fight just for the fighter's safety. But as not, the fighters can bleed all they want.
Stanley's trying to posture up here.
Yeah, both gentlemen back on their feet. Mr. Williams checking his cut. We have a blood time.
The doctor come in.
This could be bad for Williams if they can't get this blood to stop.
I'm hoping that they don't stop it because there's been a lot of good action in this fight. And, I mean, it's below the eye, so they really should just let it keep going.
Yeah. But once again, the fighter's safety and the amateurs is key priority. Once again, nobody wants anybody getting seriously hurt, so they can't fight anymore. I'm pretty sure that both these guys want long careers in the MMA field.
Everybody wants to go pro.
That is true. Let's get ready to resume. Stanley again with the leg kick.
At some point, Williams is going to start feeling those.
Yeah.
Might take a little thrust out of his double leg takedown.
Stanley needs to be careful with his hands down that low.
Oh.
Good right hand by Williams.
Stanley's doing really good keeping him off of him, so you can't get him down.
Good takedown by Williams. Now this could be a good position for Williams. He just tries for a knee on belly with Mr. Stanley pinned against his cage. If he can get his head up, this is a very, very bad position for Williams.
He's not wanting him to move to mount or get across with that knee.
Appears that Williams is trying to keep him flattened out.
He's trying to spin out, maybe get up on his feet. He's got a guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine does not look very deep just to the angle of Mr. Stanley's body.
Just something to frustrate him a little bit, maybe get him back standing up.
Yeah.
Or hold him right there inside now.
And Williams stamping over to a end of the first round. Exciting fight. A quick takedown. He's keeping that lead hand just low, and he's getting tore up those inside leg kicks.
Stanley with that
oh,
jab
good
again.
right hand. Good right hand by Williams.
Oh, he throws him over, and he ends up on top.
Now Williams could be trying to work for. Williams doing a good job of spinning off the cage.
Really impressed with Stanley's ground game. Williams is not an easy guy to control on the ground, but he's doing pretty good at maintaining the top position here and not getting submitted.
Yes. Williams now in a full guard, trying to control the posture of Mr. Stanley. Looks like Mr. Williams could be trying to set up for a sweep.
It looks like he's shrimping out.
A good sweep.
A very nice sweep, straight to mount.
Mr. Williams is in a good position to really pay back some damage. Stanley doing a good job of maintaining back control.
Looks like half a triangle setup.
Mr. Williams get his leg free from Stanley.
Stanley is not wanting to give him that leg.
And a triangle choke. Mr. Williams will reach up and grab his foot and sink that choke in deeper.
He's just really he's got to pull it down, and it's locked. And
Mr. Stanley's doing a good job of keeping his hand underneath, keep the pressure off his neck.
It looks like he's breathing all right.
Mr. Williams is
and he taps.
Very good combined victory from Mr. Williams.
Right there. That is perseverance.
That it is. Mr. Williams getting the first round with some cut underneath the eye. Coming back to win this by triangle choke.
Very impressive. Very impressive. A lot of heart from that guy.
Mr. Stanley showing a lot of heart in that fight. Now his record goes to a 2-5. Mr. Williams with a 2-1, or excuse me, moving up to 3-1. Both fighters showing a lot of heart in that, a lot of companion camaraderie. Mr. Randall Williams once again moving to a 3-1 record. Josh Stanley falling to a 2-5. We go to an interview with Mr. Williams with Mr. Anthony. We have the doctor make sure everything is okay with Mr. Williams' ear and his eye.